9. It's 9:03 a.m. and I'm going to kick it off. Okay, first thing first, I want to remind you several points. Please keep your mics off, and if you could keep your cameras on. If you're disconnecting from this meeting, please rejoin by turning your mics and cameras off. And if you have questions, please drop it down on the chat box, and my friends are going to collect your questions, and or you can ask your questions directly to the speakers, and we will try to cover as much as we can as time allows us to have a discussion session for 15 minutes. And don't forget to submit your attendance form. The link will be given to you nearly at the end of the talk show, and it's really important for us to monitor your attendance and also to send your e-certificates. And we are recording this talk show, and we're going to post it on our YouTube channel. So we are asking for your permission to record this talk show, and the link of the certificates will be emailed to you after this talk show. And you're allowed to take a snap in this event. And don't forget to mention our account, our Instagram account at Dare2Academy, and our speaker, Sonya.unicard. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Good morning and welcome to Dream Talkshow. We have a topic today to discuss Dari NTT from Nusa Tenggara for Indonesia. Let make your fears let make your fears to be a foundation to make your fears. It sounds like it's similar, but it has a different meaning. And I'd like to appreciate everyone who are taking your time off from your business to join us in this talk show. My name is Roswita, and I'll be your host for today. On behalf of the Dare to Dream Academy, I'd like to extend a very special welcome to our speaker today, Kak Sonya. Hello, Kak Sonya.
Hi, Roswita.
Hello, we are happy to have you here. It's really a big honor for us to have you as our speaker today. I hope you're doing well. And everyone here, you can say hello to our speaker today.
Hi, Kak Sonya.
Hi.
Okay. Let's also welcome our students from Dare to Dream Academy,
Everyone.
Our president, Miss Nike, and our vice president, Miss Leah. Thank you for joining us, and my fellow tutors. And last but not least, I'd like to warmly welcome our participants. We have a lot of participants, and I'm sorry that I couldn't mention you one by one, but we are very grateful to have you here. Thank you for joining us in this talk show. Okay, moving along to the next session. We are going to have a sharing session with our speakers today. It's about her knowledge, experiences, and her fears, which make her fierce in pursuing her dreams. Okay, I'd like to introduce our speaker today. Great people from East Nusa Tenggara, Kak Sonya Yunika Manave. Yes, she's a brilliant person from Timor Island. Of course, she's from NTT, from East Nusa Tenggara. She's graduating from Widya Mandira Catholic University Kupang, majoring in chemistry, and he has gotten her master's degree in the University of Alabama, and now currently pursuing her study at the University of Alabama, USA. And she's working as a graduate research assistant and chemistry tutor in chemistry department, University of Alabama. Hello, Kak Sonya. How's your
Hi.
day?
It was nice. It's night here and it's still Thursday.
Oh yes. What time now in Alabama?
Now it's 7 p.m.
Oh, it's 7 p.m. So it means we have the different time, maybe 14 hours
Right, yeah.
with Kupang. Yes. And maybe this is your one of your heavy activity in this day. Yeah, maybe you will close your day, your Friday, or your Thursday, I mean, with Dream Talk Show with us.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and so that's why we really thank you for spending your 1 hour with us to share
Mhm.
your experience and your knowledge. And okay, are you ready to share your time and your experience with us?
Sure.
Okay, Kak Sonya. So everyone here, Kak Sonya is ready to share her knowledge, her experience with us. So make sure that you pay your attention for this special events with Kak Sonya, and we will have some question for Kak Sonya. And if you guys have a question, you can ask Kak Sonya in the Q&A session or discussion session. Okay, Kak Sonya, let's begin our talk show today. And yeah, I believe that learning, studying is something that known by no age. Likewise with Kak Sonya, I believe studying can lead you to realize your dreams. So, Kak Sonya, we would like to know what motivated you to continue your studies.
Right. So my initial motivation was I wanted to be a professor like in the university, and it needs higher degree of education. That's why after I finished my undergrad, I was planning to do master's degree, and that was my motivation actually. Yeah.
Okay, so Kak Sonya have a big dream. She has a big dream. She wants to be a professor, and that's a very great one. We hope you can reach your dream to be a professor, and you can come back here and then give us your knowledge that you got in your PhD study. You can develop maybe especially in chemistry field in our province, and then you have finished your master degree in the Alabama University, and then continue your PhD in the same university.
Yeah.
And yes, and of course, studying abroad is a big dream, and I'm convinced that some participants here have a dream to study abroad too. And according to you, from 195 countries in this world, why the United States of America?
Right. Yeah. So why USA? It's because I've tried a lot of scholarship application, and last time I tried it was LPDP scholarship special for people in East Indonesia, and their program was to give us three choice. We have to choose between US, South Korea, and Japan. So my very first reason why USA is because of the language. So I mean, I've studying English at that time, so I don't really want to study the other language, and it's gonna take more times for me. So that's why I chose like, okay, just go to USA. And also, even though from my major, Japan is also good for chemistry, but USA is not that bad too. It's like almost equal to Japan. So and I think if I think was like my thought was like if I came to US, I would meet more people from other country because it's more diverse here. So it will expand my connection as well.
Yes, I agree with you. If we continue our study in America, it will be easier for us because we don't have to learn other language. Like they have give you like some choices of countries like South Korea and Japan. They have their own language, and yeah, and I I think Japan is the hardest one.
Right, yeah.
Because they have like a lot of like a rule or anything for their language, and we have to learn their language, right, for our study. And I think some participant here, maybe they want to continue their study in America too. And then when reaching a dream, I agree that everyone has their problems and fears. And for me, if I continue my study, I'm afraid of one thing. I'm afraid that I won't be able to develop my knowledge in my village after finishing my study. Like, I'm afraid that I'll doing nothing, or I'll be unemployed. Like, that's one of my biggest fears. And how about you? What is your biggest fear when you reach your dream?
Yes, yeah, I agree with you that sometimes the worriness of not having a job that we want, I sometimes feel that way too. But and I think everyone always has opportunity to pursue something. And if you have done your study, like if I've done my study until now, from master to PhD, I believe one day I will have a good job in the future, no matter whatever it is. I think it's gonna be worth it one day, even though we will not have the job that we want, but it will be worth it because the graduate study, the graduate program is really tough, and I believe it will be worth it one day. So there is no harm to do that, and it will be useful one day.
Okay, so you believe that everything that you are doing now and your dream, you will have like a way, and you all of that will have like everything, like we say that akan ada makna dan hasil dari semua kerja yang kita lakukan. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I agree.
And I
with
believe that God will open the way for you.
The way, okay, and that's why we don't have to scare and fears of everything that we face right now. Okay.
Yes, because one thing that I want to say that I believe that every problem has a solution.
Oh yes, you guys, dear participants, let's hear from Kak Sonya. Don't be afraid and scared about everything that you have faced right now, because God will always give you the way and open the way for you. Okay. You have spent like maybe it's more than 10 years, or maybe I don't know how many years from elementary school to PhD. I don't know how many
Yeah,
years that.
it's more than 10 years.
Yes, and of course, in pursuing your dream in your study, you have a lot of challenge. And what was your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Okay, that's an interesting question because I just passed the biggest challenge in my PhD program few months ago. So I think my biggest challenge was like doing my candidacy exam. So with for that exam, I have to write an original idea for my proposal for my doctoral degree, and it was really challenging. And yeah, I think so far in my life that was the biggest challenge I've ever faced. It was really tough, but how did I overcome it? Um, thank God I have really supportive supervisor here, so she always support me and advise me anytime I need advice. And I always have like good support system here, and with my family as well, talk to them regularly. So I think how to overcome the challenge is like speak up. Like if you have a problem or if you have a challenge, don't be afraid to get help from other people, because there are a lot of people that want to help you, and you will not feel alone or lonely in facing your problem.
Okay, yes, I with you. Support system, especially family and friends, is important for up and tell your support system. They will help you. They will support you every day and every time you need support from them. And then talk about dreams. Youths have a lot of dreams to reach out, and people have their perspective, both positive and negative, about youths and their dreams. And according to your experience, what are the negative perspective people have on youths? Have you ever faced that? Like
Sorry,
maybe
negative
some people they
perspective.
have a negative, like maybe everyone like in the work field, they say that young people don't have like they're just too young to work with us, and that's like one of the negative perspective from people to young people. Like have you ever faced like a perspective like that from other people to you as youths?
I mean, yes, there is always a negative thought from people towards me, and mostly it comes from my family, to be honest. So, like, my family is very traditional, and I mean, we're from Timor Island, so in my family, sometimes my parents or my grandparents, they don't want to listen to you, even though because you're younger, and even though you have better education than them back then, but still you are younger than them, so you should have listened to them, and you are not allowed to tell your opinion to them. So that happened to me. Sometimes when I say something to my grandparents or my parents, they're like, no, you're still young, you don't know anything, we're more experienced. But actually what I told them is true. Based on the knowledge I have, they just don't want to listen to me. So I think yes, in my experience, some people from my hometown, they mostly underestimate people younger than them.
Yes. I face that kind of thing um, in my life too, because they say that we're too young to manage everything and to conduct them, or like give some advice based on what we have learned from our study. And I think it's not a good one, because this world have changed a lot, and we are one of the generation who have adapt with the conditions in this world right now. And how do you respond it about that perspective?
Well, to respond to that, I just don't want to get into argument with them, so I just like be quiet. Like, okay, that's my opinion. It's up to you if you wanna listen or not, if you wanna accept it or not. And yes, just do what I want to do, and like just you do you, I do me. So yeah, usually I just don't really respond to them.
Oh, okay, that's one of the best way to give the best reaction for that perspective, right? Yes, I agree with you, because sometimes I do that too when my parents say that. Yes, and Kak Sonia, in pursuing your dream, I know that you have a bunch of memorable moments, and of course, it's been a long time for studying, and especially abroad, because you have finished your master degree and now currently pursuing your dream in PhD. And would you mind to tell us like your particular or special memorable moments while pursuing your dream abroad?
My okay, I think the most memorable thing for studying abroad is that you have the opportunity to meet people from all over the world and make friends with them, learn about new cultures, new perspective. That's very memorable for me.
Oh, yes. Is that continue your study abroad is your very first time go abroad?
Yes, I
Oh,
have
wow.
never go abroad before, so this is my first time.
Oh, wow. I'm so happy to hear that, because I have a dream to continue my study abroad too.
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna be a good memory for me, maybe sometime if I can reach that.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, because that's the very first time I being abroad for the very first time. I agree that you have to adapt yourself with their cultures, their system of education, maybe, and anything like food. And that's really different from our country, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Would you please tell us like the culture shock you got when you arrived there for the very first time?
Yeah. I got some culture shock when I first arrived here, and the first one that I was really surprised is like, of course, the food. Um, so I always try to go to Asian restaurant, like Chinese restaurant for food, but it's different than Chinese food that we actually have in our country. A lot of are either like sweet or salt. There is no spicy in there, so there was like one thing that I don't really like here. And also the way people communicate is a little bit different. So in my experience when I did my undergrad in Kupang, if we're in the same class, that means we're friends, right? Then we can talk to each other, we can hang out all the time. But when I was here for the first time,
Is that
in my class, we don't say hi or anything like I also even though you am like I will not say hi to you anymore. So that's one culture shock that really surprised me here.
Oh, yes, I agree because I think we are from Indonesia. We always give smiles and say hi to everyone. Like we are so friendly, and we do socialize with everyone. And I think it will be hard for us when we come in the country that have a different has a different like social communication with others, like it's different. And then the food, they don't have like any spicy food there, or it's spicy but the taste is different with the spicy food in Indonesia. Oh, hello, uh am I audible? Oh, is there any problem with Kasonya's connection? Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Kasonya just out of this meeting. I think she has a problem with her connection, and she will join us as soon as
Yeah, I think we
possible.
got the problem.
Okay, everyone
That's
here.
So yeah,
Yes.
while waiting for
I think
Kasunya, I will
it's my
help.
connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Kasonya just rejoined the meeting.
Sorry, my connection was not really
Hello.
stable.
Hello, Kasonya. It's okay. It's okay. I think it was my connection, but actually it's Kasonya's connection. So everyone's here. Kasonya said that there's a lot of different things, different cultures between America and Indonesia, especially. Okay, we have Kasonya back with us in this room.
Sorry.
Hello, Kasonya. Welcome back. Okay, Kasonya. We just talk about the culture shock when you arrived there for the very first time. And one thing I have mentioned is, hello, Kasonya. Is my voice clear? Hello, Kasonya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much, Kasonya. Okay, everyone's here. We are so sorry for this problem. This is out of the schedule and the rundown. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Kasonya. This is the very last question,
Mhm.
and we want to hear what message do you want to tell to other youth in East Nusa Tenggara, especially in this room?
Hello.
Hello, Kak.
Yeah, sorry, I missed the question.
Okay. It's okay. I think it's because the connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kak Sonya, we want to hear from you. What message do you want to tell to other people, to yachts in East Nusa Tenggara, especially in this room? Do you have a message for us? Please tell us.
Yeah. So one thing I can say is that don't be shy and be brave to pursue your dream, because everyone has the rights to have a big dream, and don't be afraid of that, and don't care about the other people opinion or thoughts about you. Just focus, do what you want to do, and if you feel that it's right for you, then just go ahead and do that, pursue your dream. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Sonya. Everyone's here. Please remember, don't be shy, and don't be scared to pursue your dream. And you guys have your rights to have a big dream and pursue it, and don't care about others' opinion, because they will not send you to your dream, and just do everything for your dream. Okay, now we have discussion session. Okay, so dear participants, here you can ask your question to Kak Sonya. You can send your question through the chat box, or use the raised hand feature to ask your question to Kak Sonya, and Kak Sonya will gladly to ask your question. Okay. Everyone's here. If you have a question, you can ask Kak Sonya now. Just raise your hand and give your question. Hello, I heard Matthias unmute himself. Maybe you have a question for our speaker? Oh, I think he just clicked the unmute button. Okay, we are waiting for your question. So, Kak Sonya, I'd like to know, when you want to study abroad, of course, you have to prepare yourself for English, and I want to hear from you, what is the biggest challenge while learning English and prepare yourself for study abroad?
Oh, yes. The biggest challenge when I learned English was like, I think the practice, like you have to manage your time to do practice every day. And sometimes I'm not good at time management. So I think that was the problem for me. And however, when I did my English class, so I got a scholarship kind of from AS to join ELTA in 2017. So it was like very intense English class, English training. So I think it was really helpful for me to improve my English really well. But yes, time management is really my weakness at the time.
The big problem.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm not good at time management too because I have set a lot of plan, but I can't do that. I can't make it happen. But I have tried to plan everything well, but oh, hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Firman here. Firman has raised his hand. Okay, Firman, you can ask Kak Sonya now. Just give your question.
Hi Kak Sonya. Hi all.
Hi.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. That's a big honor for me to join with Dareto. I mean this talk show, and I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Firman, and I'm a graduate student. Also, same majoring with you at chemistry department,
Mhm.
but I am from Nusa Tenggara University. And also now I am preparing myself to apply some scholarship like LPDB or Australian Award.
Yeah.
And while I'm preparing my self English and anything, that's something confusing me about how to choose the specific subject. We know like chemistry is a wide, I mean sangat luas. So
Mm.
can you share for me or for us about your experience in your master or your PhD about your subject, and how can you maybe you can share for us how to choose the specific subject. Thank you, Kak.
Yeah, right. Good question, Firman. So, in my undergrad, my major was chemistry education. It's not pure chemistry, but then I switched to pure chemistry in my master's. And at that time, I was not really sure about my specific concern, like specific field in chemistry as well, because in chemistry we have organic, inorganic, biochem, physical. So there are a lot of different things in chemistry that we need to choose. And at that time, I was really into organic chemistry because I'm from East Nusa Tenggara, and there are a lot of natural resources that we can use for our research in organic chemistry, because we can do drug discovery and all kind of stuff. But then when I apply for universities, I search for the university websites, and in the university website, usually there is a list of professors who are doing research, and there are a lot of different type of research that's very interesting for me. And then at the time in my thought, okay, I'll just do organic chemistry, and what I know about organic chemistry is just drug discovery. But then I learned that, oh, it's not only the drug discovery in organic chemistry, there are a lot of things too. You can do something else, you can do more with organic chemistry. So I think how to choose what you want to study more in chemistry field is that you need to ask yourself, what's your passion in this field? Because at the time, my passion was drug discovery. But when I came here and talked to professors who are doing drug discovery, I'm not really click with the professors. And then I talk to other professors, and there's one professor that's do research about environmental chemistry, about solar fuels, and solar cell. And I think that's also interesting because it's related to environment, and I can like contribute to give impact for the environment in the world, especially in climate change. So I think you just need to ask yourself what's your passion in doing chemistry, and then once you know your passion, then just browse in the internet in the universities that you want to study for your higher education, and find a professors that can give you option about the research. If you have more question, you can just email me or WhatsApp me. I would be happy to help you with that.
Okay, Kak. Well, actually, I have followed you on your Instagram, and so
Oh,
maybe
really?
I'll contact you there.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, Firman is one of your followers.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for asking, Firman. And yes, you guys, if you want to continue your study, and you have to know what's your passion, and browsing the internet about the campus that you want to continue your study. And okay, thank you, Kak Sonya, for answering the question from Firman, and thank you, Firman. Okay, we have a question in the chat box from Nanti. Yes, okay. Nanti asked you, what is your biggest motivation for continuing your studies so far?
Yeah, so I think I've mentioned before, my initial motivation is to be a professor. That's why I did my master's degree. But then when I came here and did my master's degree, I did a research about solar fuel, and I'm really into this research. So after I graduated my master's degree, my professors, my advisors asked me like, why don't you just go for PhD and continue this research? Because I'm really passionate in this research. So my motivation is just to finish my research and contribute something to the world through the research that I'm doing right now.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Sonya. So Kak Sonya's biggest motivation for continuing her study is to be a professor, one of her biggest dream. And if she has finished her study, she will be back to Indonesia, especially to our beloved province, East Nusa Tenggara. And of course, she will share her knowledge and give her contribution for our province. Okay, and then we have one participant raised hand here from Diana. Okay, you can unmute yourself and give your question to Kak Sonya.
Hi, Roswitha. Thank you so much.
Hi. Oh, it's Kak Diana. Hello, Kak Diana.
Hey, Roswitha. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Sonya, for your sharing here. My name is Diana. I'm from Manggarai, NTT, and right now I stay at Surabaya. And I want to ask you about a dreamers, and you are a bigger fighter, and I can say that I'm really proud I can know you as a woman from NTT, and right now you continue your study abroad. And talking about dreams, I can say that as a dreamer, it's not just talking about we have a dream, we fight for this dream, and then we achieve our dream. But you said before that you have a lowest point. I can say that, yeah, so am I. For my dream, sometimes I feel like I lose my motivation, and then I don't know how exactly the way to define what's wrong with myself, and then just something like I feel motivation, and I really want myself before, right? Like I can divine what's wrong and then divine how to handle this one. And did you ever feel like that? Maybe you can say here. Thank you, Kak Sonya.
Yes, all right. So yes, of course, there's always a lowest point in our life and we lose motivation, something I believe most of us will experience something like that. But when I had my lowest point in my life, sometimes I felt like I just want to quit this PhD program because it's really stressful. And I had the thought like just quit, go back home and do your work. But then I remember what was my first motivation in doing this. Like, why did I want to do this? If I continue to do this, what will I get? Will I what will be the contribution I give to other people? What's the benefit for people and for myself as well? So when I'm in my lowest point, usually I just think about my first motivation in the beginning, and also think about people like that we love, that I mean, we pursue a dream. It's not only about ourselves, but it's also for people like our family, our partners. So think about them as well, and then I think it will motivate me more to keep going, I think.
Okay, thank you, Kak Sonya. Can I ask again?
Sure.
Yeah. And then maybe Roswita asked this one previously, but I want to ask you again, talking about how about your plan after your PhD? I think something like in our province in NTT, a lot of something like sorry, I say in Indonesia, kurangnya motivasi tentang I don't know in other village, but in my village there is a lot of people talking about sekolah tinggi-tinggi. Nantinya juga not as a woman, tapi nantinya juga akan rintis dari bawah. And right now you're running your PhD program. How you handle this one, or how you try to plan your future? Kalau misalnya ya something like kalau misalnya dibanding-bandingkan dengan hal-hal yang seperti ini di masyarakat.
Yes, it's an interesting issue. Yes, I know a lot of people say that, like, you go overseas, pursue your higher degree, and if you go home, you will just be like people who just stay home, do their education at home. But I think there is always benefit of what you're doing, especially when you study abroad. You will have different experience, and even though you have to go from the beginning, like start from zero. When I go home, if I have to start from zero, like apply for a job, start from the beginning, it's fine because I have more experience, I have more knowledge, and the other people don't have it, and it will be beneficial for myself as well, and then the institution that I work with. So I think it's okay to start from zero because there is nothing instant in this world. Even though you have doctoral degree, doesn't mean you will just suddenly be a leader like in one institution, right? You have to start from zero. So I think it's okay for that, but just make sure that keep in mind that you have something more than other people. I hope it answers your questions.
Okay, Kak Sonya, thank you so much. The great words. Thank you. Thank you, Rosita.
Okay, thank you so much, Kadiana, for asking. Yes, nothing instant in this world, so it will be okay if you have to start everything again from zero. And yes, we still have 3 minutes for discussion session. If you guys have a question, okay. Yes, okay, we have one question in the chat box. Maybe this will be the last question. Okay, from Epan. Yes, for Kak Sonya, can you give us tips how to improve our IELTS score, especially in speaking and writing? Thank you, Kak.
Yeah, so I think for speaking, just practice more, avoid talking in Bahasa every day if you can. I think it will be very helpful. And when I practice my IELTS, mostly I watch video on YouTube or some other sources on internet about how to answer questions, because there are a lot of sources on the internet about the possible questions on IELTS test, and then you can learn from there and practice. And for writing, I do practice every day as well. Usually, I think at the time I use IELTS Liz on YouTube, and she has a website as well, and she has a lot of questions for writing and speaking that you can use to practice, and she has the answers for those that you can learn how to improve your writing and speaking ability. I think IELTS, this is one of my favorite sources when I studied IELTS, because speaking and writing is really hard to improve, I know.
Yes, I agree. If we don't make it to be our habits for speaking or writing, it will be the toughest one for us. Okay, yeah, so thank you, Evan, for asking, and thank you, Kak Sonya. Okay, if you want to improve your skill, especially for getting the high score in IELTS, you have to avoid talking Bahasa every day. And then, like what Kak Sonya said, nothing instant in this world. So you have to practice every day, especially for writing. Okay. Oh yes, but we have one question in this chat box. Would you mind if I ask that question, Kak? And
Sure.
Okay. So this is the last one from Mariana. Does your major require GRE official test? If it does, would you mind to share how did you prepare for that?
Yes, yes. At that time, my major required. It's not required. It's just optional GRE test. But I did took GRE test when I apply. How do I prepare that? So my scholarship program, they have training to prepare us to study GRE. So it was really nice that I had that opportunity to get trained for GRE. But usually we just do like practice problem on the GRE book, and it's just like practicing for ujian nasional. I think, yeah. There's a book for GRE that you can use to practice that.
Okay, that's from Kak Sonya, and thank you for asking, Mariana. Okay, so you can maybe join the training, can help you, and then try to find some information and learn from some books that provide the material for that. Okay, and now it's 15 minutes already. Yeah, I know you guys still want to ask more questions, but we have to stick with the time. And so please, if you have more questions, you can directly send emails to the speaker and she'll be happy to answer. And my friend will send you the speaker's emails in the chat room or maybe in the group. And Kasonya's, maybe you can follow Kasonya's Instagram at sonya.unique. Yes, go and find that, and then Kasonya will gladly to ask your question. Okay. Okay, my friends, we are at the end of this session. We hope that this talk show would be beneficial to all of you to get knowledge, new insights, and I hope even some motivations and inspiration to make all of your fears become a foundation for you to make you fierce for your dreams. Okay, now I'd like to announce that the next Dream Talk show is coming, and just stay tuned in our social media. And for everyone who want to improve your English skill or want to learn English from zero, we will open the January class for children in general in our Dare to Dream Academy. All of your problems about English will be solved by Dare to Dream Academy, because we dare you to reach your dreams. And follow us for further information at Dare to Academy. And ladies and gents, with that being said, we are already at the end of the talk show. Please make sure that you did submit the attendance form. From here, I want to shout out to my friends from Dereto Academy who put their time and hard work for this event. Thank you so much, and especially for Kasonya for sharing your experience and your time. Okay, so this event only happened in one time in this year, and we just have one day in 16 December 2022, so we have to make memories from this event. Okay, so please open your camera and we will have a photo session with Kasonya.
And also, I really want to say thank you, Sonya, for coming here. And so, you're so great, and you are kind of superstar for your young people in your hometown. And I know that being a PhD is not easy at all, but somehow you're still young and you're brave and that bold. And I hope that your spark also trigger us in here, especially for those maybe want to continue in master degree, or maybe those want to continue in higher education. So let's having a photo session, everyone. And also, I really appreciate every one of you coming here. I know that this is kind of full in English, but I will speak in bahasa. Terima kasih untuk teman-teman semuanya yang udah datang, udah di Dream Talkshow ini. Hopefully in tahun depan kita bisa punya yang lebih bervariasi lagi, ketemu juga orang-orang yang menginspirasi seperti ada Kak Sonya. Ini juga baru pertama kalinya juga saya juga ketemu Kak Sonya di sini. So it's really great.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Oke, kita foto session ya. Oke. Silakan dibuka kameranya semua.
Okay.
Yeah. Asik. Ini semua kayaknya dari daerah masing-masing ya. Karena kita kan Zoom online, jadi it's really great untuk ketemu teman-teman semuanya ini. Oke. Sip. Oke, hitungan ketiga. 1, 2, 3. Oke, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oke, terima kasih semuanya.
Terima kasih.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you
day.
so much for joining us today. Buat teman-teman semua, jangan lupa untuk isi link absent, your attendance form. Oke, dan kita akan share the certificates for your attendance. Oke, linknya bisa diakses di chat box ya. Okay, thank you so much for spending your 1 hour with us, and we love to see you in our next event.